friends, it's Taylor and welcome back to my channel. First of all, I would like to apologize about my absence. It has been a hot minute since I have been able to record a video, to even put time into this channel. It has been so busy at work and I'm just now finding time to just sit down and just give you a recap of kind of everything that I've read so far. So I'm going to do my TBR jar for the month of May, but I'm going to very quickly recap what I read for the month of March, not April, March. While I'm filming this, it's still April, so I'm still reading my books. I can tell you right now that I pulled 5 books for the month of April, but I'm only going to be able to read 4. So yeah, there's that. So for the month of March, I read 4 books and it was a very interesting reading month. I had to hard DNF a book, and I can go into a little bit of detail about that. So I'm not going to go into a full detail of the descriptions of what I read or anything like that. Sadly, it's not going to be a normal recap video. I'm just going to briefly touch on what I did read. So the first book that I read was What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez, and that is a young adult fantasy romance. It was a fun ride and a fun read. Definitely not a 5-star for me. However, I am interested in reading the sequel. So I gave that one a 3.5 out of 5 stars. So the second book that I read for the month of March was Upon a Frosted Star by M.A. Kuzniar. This is an adult fantasy, yet it's set in the 1920s. So think The Great Gatsby. This book was kind of a fairy tale retelling, and it's a darker fairy tale, not like evil, but not your children's fairy tale either. So keep that in mind. This one was very slow, like beautiful world building, but super duper slow. So that one I gave a 3 out of 5 star. So the third book that I read for the month of March was Defy the Night by Bridget Kimmerer, and that one was hands down my favorite read of the month. Hands down. That is a young adult fantasy. Now, I will say that there was actually no magic in this book. I kind of want to do like a reading recap of just this book because it was so good, but it was my absolute favorite. I'm super excited. I ran out and got the second book in the series, and the third one just came out not too long ago. So hands down, 5 out of 5 stars. I'm really looking forward to the next book in that series. Okay, and the fourth and final book that I read for the month of March was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. So this is kind of another one that I kind of want to go into detail about. And I don't know, at first I wasn't on board with it, like the hype train, I guess I should say. I wasn't super on board. Oh, by the way, this is a young adult romantasy book. I wasn't super on board, and I want to say it was about like 150 pages in, at least a good 1/3 of the way in. It's when I started to like, okay, I think I'm gonna really like this book actually. So I ended up giving that one a 4 out of 5 stars, and yes, I am really excited to read the second book in the series for that one. So yes. Okay, and then I did have a hard DNF, and that was Wayward by Amelia Hart. I think that's Amelia Hart. Forgive me if that is incorrect, but I think that is the correct author. I believe this one is magical realism, the genre, if I'm not mistaken. So the concept of this one really intrigued me, especially like the 3 viewpoints, point of views, and the space and time. However, it came down to trigger warnings and content that was in this book that I didn't realize was in the book, basically. I usually do some research before I read, and these were kind of popped out at you, to be honest. And about halfway through the book, when I just couldn't take any more of the trigger warnings, very descriptive, by the way, I was like, I can't keep going. So that was my personal choice, but I wanted to keep going because her writing was really good. I was interested, but just too many trigger warnings for me. So that one had to be a DNF. All right, so sadly, I wish I could have gone into more detail. This next month, the month of May, with my work is like the equivalent of a retail job at Christmas time. It is so busy. I don't even know if I'll have time to devote any time to this channel. However, after May, I am good to go. Summertime is when I usually revamp everything. I get super excited for everything books. So yes, let's just get through the month of May. Okay, so I am going to choose 5 books for May. Don't know how many I'm going to be able to read, but we shall see. I did get some new books. I don't know if you can see them. They're on my library list, but yeah, I did get some new books, and yeah, I'm really excited. Okay, so here is prompt number 1. This says a middle grade. All right, middle grade, that's easy enough. I have, I believe, a couple of options. I have On the Edge of the Dark Sea of Darkness by the author Andrew Peterson. I have The Dreamkeeper Saga by Catherine Butler. I have Redwall Matameo. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with Redwall. This one was supposed to be read a couple months ago. I picked it, and I have been thinking ever since, man, I wish I picked Redwall. So I am gonna pick this one and hopefully read it this time. So this is the 3rd series in Brian Jakes' epic fantasy about woodland creatures. Kind of think of like King Arthur meets Robin Hood. It's set in like a medieval era, long time ago. And this particular book, we follow the son of the hero of our very first book, and his son's name is Matameo, and he's going to have his own little adventure. So this one looks really cute. I have read several of these books, and not in order, sadly, that they were published, but I love them. I love Brian Jakes' writing style. It's just really, really good. So if you're a fan of like The Hobbit or The Lord of the Rings or Robin Hood, King Arthur, I definitely would recommend this. And don't be put off by the fact that they're marketed as middle grade, because an adult can read them. First of all, like the way he writes, I think sometimes might be hard for a middle grade to read, in my opinion, but feel free, definitely they're marketed as middle grade. Okay, so this is book number 1. All right, prompt number 2, here we go. A mood read. Okay, that's like a free parking space. Mood read, or the middle tile of bingo. Oh my goodness. Ooh, I'm gonna sit here a while because I'm really in the mood for like so many things right now. Wow, so I have so many like great choices, but I really want to try this one. And this is called When the Day Comes by Gabrielle Meyer. I do know that this has time traveling in it, and it is a Christian historical fiction / fantasy because of the time travel. So it says, Libby has been given a powerful gift to live one life in 1774 colonial Williamsburg and the other in 1914 Gilded Age New York City. When she falls asleep in one life, she wakes up in the other. While she's the same person at her core in both times, she's leading 2 vastly different lives. In colonial Williamsburg, Libby is a public printer for the House of Burgesses and the Royal Governor, trying to provide for her family and support the patriot cause. The man she loves, Henry Montgomery, has his own secrets. As the revolution draws near, both their lives and any hope of love are put in jeopardy. Libby's life in 1914 New York is filled with wealth, drawing room conversations, and bachelors. But the only work she cares about, women's suffrage, is discouraged, and her mother is intent on marrying her off to an English marquess. The growing talk of war in Europe only complicates matters, but Libby knows she's not destined to live 2 lives forever. On her 21st birthday, she must choose one path and forfeit the other. But how can she choose when she has so much to lose in each life? Ooh, that sounds fantastic. So I know this is book 1 in this time traveling series. I don't think we follow the same characters throughout. I don't know. We'll find out. But this looks awesome. That's book number 2. Okay, here's roll number 3, or prompt number 3. Not rolling dice. Okay, try to get to the bottom, and of course, like 5,000 of them fall out. Okay, has a movie or TV adaptation. I have done something very similar to this before. I put these back in here. Okay. Movie or TV adaptation. The Secret Garden. Ooh, I love it. Beautiful. Or we have The Wind in the Willows by Kenneth Graham. Ah, beautiful. Both covers are fantastic. Which one am I in the mood for? They are both awesome. I've read them before. It's been a long time. I don't know. They both scream spring. I think I'm gonna go with The Secret Garden. That one screams more spring in my opinion. Maybe The Wind in the Willows, save it for summer. Okay, so we're gonna pick The Secret Garden. That's prompt number 3. Prompt number 3. Okay, now for the real prompt number 4. Here we go. I went to the very bottom. A blue cover. Alrighty, a blue cover. Well, that was The Secret Garden. Let's find another blue cover. Okay, we have Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I've picked this book so many times. She's begging to be picked, which would be wonderful for spring since it has such a beautiful spring cover. Emily, you can hang up out there. Okay, My Plain Jane. Dreams Lie Beneath. It has blue in it. Ooh, this one does look pretty. And I have not picked, oh, I've picked Redwall. That's a middle grade fantasy. But I don't think Redwall has magic in it. So I haven't picked a fantasy, and this does have some blue in it. So it's not like it's strictly blue, but it's pretty. It's calling me. Oh, The Hawthorne Legacy. An Unexpected Peril. I kind of want to continue this one. The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, but it's like, do I want that one or Rebecca Ross, Dreams Lie Beneath? That's such a hard choice, Okay, I really have been wanting to continue this series, so I am going to pick The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the second book in the Inheritance Games trilogy, and yeah, I'm not going to say much more because I've got to read the first one. So that's right, she has like, this book has like 5 trillion chapters. Chapter 86. These are very short chapters, so if you're interested in short chapters, I would check out this series. Okay, that's prompt number 4. Okay, last but not least, here's prompt number 5. With so many books to choose from, it's impossible to, I just want to pick them all, basically. So, here we go. Be a good one. A mystery. So this is what I could have done. I could have picked Dreams Lie Beneath by Rebecca Ross and then picked The Hawthorne Legacy for this one. I am going to bend the rules. I don't really care. So I'm going to pick the blue cover. I'm going to pick this one. I'll go ahead and read it. Clementine Madigan understands that her future holds only one thing: taking over for her father as a magical territory warden. Every new moon, magic flows down from a nearby mountain into Azanor, bringing nightmares to life. Though she secretly yearns to study the wild side of magic, Clementine is resigned to a future of protecting her town from its citizens' worst dreams. But when 2 magicians challenge her father for control of his territory, Clementine is forced to change her plans. Century-old secrets begin to rise when she seeks revenge on one of the brothers, and the magic of the new moon seems to be haunting her every turn. Clementine may need to team up with the handsome young magician she intended to sabotage to defeat the curse that shadows her land. Okay, so yes, I'm going to go with this one for the blue cover. Then I'm going to pick The Hawthorne Legacy for the mystery. Yes. So I have 1 fantasy, 1 mystery, 1 middle grade fantasy, a classic, and a historical fiction with some elements of the fantasy. Excited, I picked some really good ones, so yeah. thank you so much for watching. And again, I appreciate you hanging with me during these busy months. I hope to get back to my regular schedule in June. And thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, please feel free to like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time. See you later. Bye.